Hi, this is Seth Rosenbloom, and I'm going to show you how to play Iceman by Albert Collins. Iceman is a great example of Albert Collins' guitar playing. If you're ready to learn Iceman from Albert Collins, grab your guitar and let's go.
Make something fire with my eyes. Yes, I'm gonna play this old guitar. Light your fire with my eyes. Sometimes it sounds so good to me, I just might play it twice. Turn tornadoes to a breeze. Yes, I'm your Iceman, baby. Yes, I'm your Iceman, people, fixing fire with my eyes. I'm your Iceman, ladies, I make it hot and chilly right. If you follow my instruction, my eyes will last all night.
Okay, so let's dive into the main rhythm guitar part for Iceman by Albert Collins. This is that funk part that runs through the whole tune. And part of funk guitar, good funk guitar, is there's some degree of improvisation within the rhythm playing. So it's not necessarily the exact same thing through the whole tune, but it stays pretty close. And what I'm always trying to find when I'm learning a tune is finding the main motif of that rhythm part. So I'm going to play it for you over a click, and then we'll break down the voicings, and we'll even go into some variations that you might use and that you'll hear me use on this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's break down what's going on there. So Iceman's a 12-bar blues, key of C. We have 4 measures of the 1 chord, C7, 2 measures of the 4 chord, F7, back to 2 measures of the 1 chord, then a measure of the 5 chord, G7, measure of the 4 chord, F7, measure of the 1 chord, C7, and then we go up for those hits, and we also have those in the very beginning, and we're using a G7 with the sharp 9 for those hits. So the voicings we have here that I'm using, for the C7, for the 1 chord, I am using an E minor 7 flat 5 voicing that is going to function as a C9. So looks like this. I have my first finger at the 7th fret of the A string, 3rd finger at the 8th fret of the D, 2nd finger at the 7th fret of the G, and pinky at the 8th fret of the B. Then for the 4 chord, I'm using this pretty standard F9 voicing, where I have my 2nd finger at the 8th fret of the A string, 1st finger at the 7th fret of the D, and then my 3rd finger is just barring the G, B, and E strings. And then for the 5 chord, for most of it, aside from the hits, I'm just taking that voicing and moving it up 2 frets to play G7. So 10th fret with my 2nd finger, 9th fret with my 1st, and 10th fret barred across the G, B, and E with my 3rd. Then for that voicing for the hits, we have the same for our 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, but the 3rd finger is now only playing the G string, and we sneak our pinky on at the 11th fret of the B. Just like that. So the tune starts with 8 hits, 1 measure of hits. So, and then we go into the form. Form stays all the way through to the end till we have a stop on the 1 and then last big 1 chord. But what we can do when we're playing funk guitar is we have that main motif, but let's dive into what we need to do to play that motif and then change it up. So that motif, we have a lot of getting it that clean is about muting. So you'll notice that I'm playing down up on that first, the first two strokes there, and then down for the 3rd. But the way I get that separation is I'm playing the voicing and I'm strumming down and back up, and when I finish that upstroke, I'm immediately lifting the fingers on my left hand off of the strings. Not completely, but just enough so that I mute all the strings. And the underside of my first finger is making sure that the high E string's muted. The tip of the first finger is making sure the low E string's muted. So that's really making sure we get. And at first, you could just take that, see if you can lock in just with the da-da, ba-da, and just make that really feel good. And I'm doing a similar thing for that final strum where I'm doing On that, as soon as I play that downstroke, I'm both muting the strings with my right hand, and then I'm also doing the thing where I'm lifting the fingers on my left hand up enough so they're not ringing out. Now notice the difference. If I just leave this chord down and do, even if I'm trying to mute with the right hand, doesn't sound nearly as clean, and that's what you need to get funk guitar really tight and really feeling good. So we're just doing that, and we're keeping that same pattern as we go through, same. And you'll notice that sometimes I'm hitting the strings. That is more or less a timekeeping thing, if you'll find often with funk guitar players, and it's almost inaudible through an amp and especially through a mix, but they're almost keeping the quarter notes in that right hand. So let's take it back over a click, and let me show you, if I play around with this a little bit, what I can do with some of the variations here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you'll notice there I added a second stroke of, I was doing long short still at the beginning, and then I was doing 2 short ones. Same principle applies where I'm lifting up those fingers on the left hand just enough to mute. Now the other thing you'll notice I was doing, and this is again a lot of funk guitar, is I was adding just some rhythmic, almost percussive strokes in there, where like the downbeat a lot of funk guitar players like to somewhat keep that rhythm in the right hand, where if I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, that's kind of all downstrokes there, and they might even keep eighths. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And having that going, some will even keep sixteenths there. It just lets you basically select where you want to put those stabs in. The 2 main things I'm doing during this rhythm part, though, are just having the long short and then the 1, and then the long short and then the short short, like I showed you right there. And for the form of the song, so again, we start with the hits on the 5 chord, that 5 sharp 9. We have 8 hits. Then we go into the form, and that just takes us all the way to the end. A lot of funk is about, you want to find that motif and find that part and stick pretty close to it, because even though you'll probably notice that this rhythm part leaves a lot of space, what it does is leaves room for all the other instruments. So it leaves room for the other rhythm guitar part, it leaves room for the horns, it leaves room for the vocals, the lead, and on and on. And that's what a great funk guitar player does. So if you're ready to try this rhythm guitar part, over to the track, grab your guitar, and let's get playing.
I'm your Iceman, baby. Ain't here to cool you down. Yes, I'm your Iceman, ladies. You'll always know when I'm around. I left Leona, Texas, to heat this coolest place in town. this old guitar, make something fire with my eyes. Yes, I'm gonna play this old guitar, light your fire with my eyes. Sometimes it sounds so good to me, I just might play it twice. Turn tornadoes to a breeze. Yes, I'm your Iceman, baby. Yes, I'm your Iceman, people, fixing fire with my eyes. I'm your Iceman, ladies, I make it hot and chill it right. If you follow my instruction, my eyes will last all night.
That's all for this session. If you've enjoyed what you've seen here today, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that little notification bell for more lessons in the future. Make sure you check out the other lessons on our channel, and don't forget to head over to TrueFire.com for the full experience. We have synchronized tabs, jam tracks, and a massive library of courses covering all topics a guitarist could ever want to learn. Until next time.